Rise and shine. Greet the day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Fitness Empowerment Podcast. My name is Danny. I am your host, and today we are going through my personal action items when prepping for a surgery. Let's get to it. For those of you who are new here, welcome. We talk about all things fitness, nutrition, and lifestyle on this podcast. And if you haven't listened to the last couple of episodes, then you may not know that I'm having surgery on my shoulder in a couple days from the time of this recording. Long story short, I was an obstacle tester behind the scenes for season 14 of American Ninja Warrior last year. And as awesome and thrilling of an experience as that was, I did end the season with a couple of injuries, including a broken finger, pinky finger, and what I thought was a rotator cuff strain that about 3 months later with an MRI turned out to be a glenohumeral ligament tear in my right shoulder. Funsies. Such is life. I am an athlete and have dealt with injuries my entire life. So we're just going to get it taken care of. And that's all there is to it. It is interesting. And I suppose it's not an unexpected question because I would probably ask this of other people too. But I've had a lot of friends and clients ask me in the last couple of days or week-ish leading up to the surgery if I'm worried or nervous. I'm not. I don't know if that's normal or if the nerves will kick in the morning of or the night before, but at this moment, I feel like it's on the to-do list and I just need to check it off. And really, I don't have the hard job, I just have to show up, right? So I think my nerves are more so that I won't complete all my action items for work before the surgery. And people are going to need things and I'm not going to be able to do them because A, I'm going to probably be on some pain medication for a couple of days afterwards, but B, I'm a righty and it's on my right shoulder. So I'm going to have to learn how to use my left hand a little more diligently than I would have before, even just for administrative work in the office. So I think I'm more like worried about fear of the unknown, fear of missing out. I think I'm going to get bored at home. Granted, my mom's coming up to hang out with me and take care of me. So I'm excited about that, but I don't do well with having a ton of downtime. So I'm hoping that I will have just enough downtime at home to heal up just enough to be able to get back to the office and at least be in the chaos and the hustle and bustle that is the TTG life. So we shall see. Definitely, it's definitely hard to be away from my team and from clients. So I think I'm most nervous about just getting back into the busyness of what we have going on. We've had a lot of changes this year alone in the last 22 days. And I like being in the mix of everything that's going on. Or it's hard when you do the planning for a lot of stuff and then you're not there to see the actionable items for it. So, maybe that's just a little selfish, but such is life. So again, super grateful for my mom being able to come up and take care of me and hang out for a few days. I know my husband's going to be around a lot as well. So thank you, Drew, for just being available to dote on me a little bit. Thanks. But let's see. What I really want to get into today, and this is really a for Danny kind of a deal, is I needed to create a list of like, what do I really need to think about before having my surgery to make sure that I'm taking care of myself in the days and in the couple weeks and months afterwards. So what do you need to have prepared before you leave your house the morning of your surgery is what we're going into. The first category, you'll be shocked, is food. So on Sundays, I typically go to the grocery store and pick up a couple of meal prep items for the week. My husband often makes dinner, thanks, Drew. So I usually just focus on breakfast and lunches and snacks. So I'm thinking, okay, how might this change? Well, I think I need to be able to keep in mind that I will not be able to cut things up very well. And yes, I can have my mom or Drew do that for me, but I'm going to try to make their lives and our lives a little easier and find meals that don't require cutting it up ahead of time into bite-sized pieces. So I'm still planning on getting some meal prep company food on my way home from the office today so that that's all taken care of. I definitely want to keep up with my protein intake, so I am going to order some chocolate peanut butter protein shakes off of Amazon. Really love the chocolate peanut butter flavor for Premier Protein. Not an ad, just happen to love it. So I'll probably do that. And then I need to get some unflavored collagen peptides from the store because those collagen peptides in powdered form mix really well into hot liquids. So I'm thinking if I don't feel like eating much, but maybe I can sip some broth, like I'll get some I'll get some broth, I'll get some soup, I'll get, some ramen noodles or something like that, use a milk frother and mix those unflavored collagen peptides into the soup. 1 scoop of collagen peptides is about 11 grams of protein. So a very simple way if you're already doing something or eating or drinking something to try to just mix it right in. The second thing that comes to mind is clothing. Typically, I wear form-fitting workout clothes, and I'm not going to be able to pull those on, A, with one arm, B, over my shoulder. And I'm thinking I just need to make sure I have plenty of pairs of sweatpants, fuzzy socks, y'all know I love me some fuzzy socks, large t-shirts, and sweatshirts around for the first week. Maybe some button-up lounge shirts as well. And then I was thinking as I was going through drawers this morning, like, oh, I have sticky boob bras. That might come in handy. Very much easier to put on than actually like having to put a strap over the shoulder and hook it together. Like that's going to be a pain in the behind. So I might make a trip to TJ Maxx in the next day or so and find some more baggy pants and a button-up shirt or something like that. And then actually saw on Pinterest earlier, overalls would be a great option. I do not own any overalls right now, but if TJ Maxx has some, I may pick those up because that's probably one of the easiest things to put on over a loose-fitting shirt. So, clothing. Next, in terms of supplements and medications, I, of course, plan to follow whatever the docs send me home with, but I have also ordered my monthly supply of a supplement called ASEA, which is a redox signaling molecule in liquid and gel form. I'll put a link in the description if you would like to take a look at it or make a purchase. These redox signaling molecules are something that your body already has in its system from the day you're born. But as we get older, we don't make as many. And those redox signaling molecules help us to have a faster cell turnover. So I want to be able to heal faster and have a faster cell turnover. So I'm going to increase my intake of those. Typically, I'll use the gel as part of my just like facial, skincare regimen. So I'm going to use it on my face like regular, but then also put the gel on and around my shoulder to help with maybe have less scarring and just heal faster. And then the liquid, I typically take a 1 ounce shot 1 or 2 times a day. So I'm going to try to double that and take it 3 to 4 times a day to, again, keep those redox signaling molecules coming on into the body and lasting for a few hours. Next up, so I'm planning right now to be out of the office for 4 to 5 days, so Wednesday through Sunday. And really, I think as soon as I can drive, I will get myself to Planet Fitness to go walk on the treadmill and back to work, at least to be present, again, to do administrative work in the office and maybe go upstairs and help train and just kind of direct without lifting weights. We'll just have to see how it goes. Next up is hair. So I do have myself scheduled for twice weekly blowouts so that I don't have to worry about washing my hair for a few weeks. I think it's going to be simple enough to pop in the shower and rinse off, but I don't fancy needing somebody else to help me wash my hair while I'm in the shower. Even though you offered, Mom, thank you, love you. I do appreciate it. And then let's see, I should be in a sling recovery-wise somewhere between 10 days and a month, and I'll keep y'all posted. And then 3 to 6 months of physical therapy to increase range of motion, mobility, and strength again after that. I do want to share, and I think this is one of the most important points that I want to get across, because if you are having surgery or a family member or a friend is having surgery, it can be very easy to say, I've had an injury, I'm recovering, I can't do anything. I can't go lift, I can't work out. Of course, your regimen is going to be different, but just because I've had a shoulder surgery does not mean that I can't work out. It does not mean that I can't do lower body. It does not mean that I can't do core. And truly, it does not mean that I cannot do upper body work. Yes, I'm going to be in a sling and I'm going to be limited, but I'm just going to have to get creative, and I will be doing things with my left side. If you haven't heard of the contralateral theory or the contralateral effect, this is what I'm talking about. This is why I'm so intent on working the left side of my body when my right side is in a sling. So our nervous system desires to maintain symmetry across the body. And if we only work one side, there are still some positive effects from working on the intensity physically and cognitively with the challenge on one side that are going to carry over to the other side. So yes, I'm going to lose some strength and some muscle mass on my right side while it's healing, but I won't lose as much on this side if I continue to use my left side, if I continue to strengthen it, continue to keep it involved. So there is going to be a little bit of crossover of those gains to the uninvolved limb or body part. So that's just what I want to share with you guys. I don't want a surgery or a setback or an injury to leave you down for the count. It shouldn't be that way. It doesn't need to be that way. There's a lot that you can do, and I want to make sure that you know that that's an option. Sometimes you just don't know because a doctor might tell you, like, oh, you can't do anything, no working out. I'm like, okay, yes, I get it to a degree, but figure out where that middle ground is. Figure out when you can start moving, when you can start walking. Just because you're in a sling doesn't mean you can't go for a walk. So maybe if your typical workout regimen is 3 to 5 days a week of an hour to 90 minutes of strength and conditioning, maybe that shifts a while. Maybe a couple weeks, it's just walking for 30 minutes a day, and then maybe 45 minutes, and then an hour, and then adding in a little bit of, lower body weight work. There's a lot that you can do, and I will be sharing some of the exercises that I do and things that I get creative with so that y'all can know what other options are out there. So I want you to know that there are options, and while this is a setback in some ways, it doesn't have to be as much of a setback as you might think it is. So that is where we are going to wrap things up for today. I just wanted to share a little bit of my preparation journey for this surgery in a couple of days. Now, if you want to make sure that you are keeping up with this podcast and you are getting information and updates on the episodes that go out, I want you to do this for me. I want you to text this number, text the word podcast to this number as soon as I pull it up. The area code is going to be 833. Come on, internet, pull up for me. 833. Okay, 833-432-2161. Text the word podcast to that number, and I will send out a link every time a new episode is published. Okay? That's it. That's all for now, but there will be more to come. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have questions or comments or ideas for how you creatively recovered and made your recovery from a surgery more pleasant than it could have been, let me know. Share your thoughts with me on Instagram, DM me, or email me. I'll put that information again in the description box, but I'm at Danny Phillips, or you can DM the training ground, so at TTG Sports Performance. So, all right, y'all have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will keep you posted post-surgery. Bye for now.